everybody, and Merry Christmas, and welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. We are here celebrating Christmas in July, which is so much fun. And we are doing something kind of unique today. We're creating the ultimate, like, underdog Christmas movie playlist that you could watch, a collection, you might say. And it's going to be fun. We'll explain it more in a bit, but I always like having lots of fun Christmas movies to watch for Christmas in July. And I'm film critic Rachel Wagner, and Terry's here.
Hi.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's sweating out there.
Yes. So my idea behind this is, what if we kind of curated a Christmas movie watch list? And I thought it would be fun if I thought it would be fun if you could pick one Christmas classic, one modern classic, one from Hallmark Countdown to Christmas, one from Hallmark Miracles of Christmas, one from Lifetime, one from UPTV, and one from Netflix. So I think that's all. So 7 total, and that it would just be a kind of a fun, creative, new way to talk about Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so let us know what you think about this concept, because this is something we could do a bunch of these, it could be fun. So let us know what you think of the concept. And it's fun, I think, to mix it up between the different brands of Christmas movies, because they all offer something like slightly unique, something different.
Very true.
Yeah. So let's dive in. Let's talk about it. Let's start with Lifetime. How about we start with Lifetime?
Okay.
And we decided, okay, let's try to do some like underrated ones, because the ones that we've talked about a lot, everybody already knows our opinions on, and we dive into ones that we don't talk about as much.
Yeah, we just made it more difficult.
Yeah, we did. We wanted to make it
for
harder
ourselves, because I hit a blank wall and I was like,
Yes. Yeah. So what was your pick for Lifetime?
I went all the way back to like 2014 and I
Uh-huh.
chose the SantaCon, which was I think this might have been the first Melissa Joan Hart directed Lifetime movie, or at least holiday movie. But
Oh.
it stars her. Mainly it stars Barry Watson, who's very famous from Seventh Heaven. And
Oh.
Melissa Joan Hart is his sister, and he is a con man. And essentially, he if I have, it's been a bit since I've seen this, but if I remember correctly, he he's trying to do he's on parole and he's got to get this job, and he's trying to stay out of trouble but also do a con, and he becomes essentially like a mall Santa, so he could show that he's working and like doing good, and he tricks this lady who goes with her kid, I think, to see the mall Santa. um
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. I hit a blank. Rachel, I'm so sorry.
I
I
don't
I
think
knew
I've
the
seen
plot of this movie
this.
and I just had the most biggest like blank in my head.
That's okay.
Um,
I don't think I've seen this. I thought when you said SantaCon, I was thinking of that one with Emily Tenney about this, it was like, I think it was actually called like the Santa School and Santa. I was thinking,
yeah.
oh, that's that one. But yeah, I don't think
No,
I've
no,
seen
yeah. This
this.
one
I'll
is
have to
like,
check it
yeah,
out.
because yeah, he's like a mall Santa. That's right. And this little boy wants his parents to get back together, and he goes, "Sure,
Mm.
I'll do that." And his sister is like, "Listen, loser, you can't promise that type of stuff." So he tries to like get them together, and but he falls for the mom, and he's lying about everything about him and stuff. So he's trying, I mean, he's a con guy, but like he's good natured, trying to make this promise, trying to do
Mm.
something good in his life, but of course shenanigans ensue.
Mm.
And I think the Nutcracker one where they reunited years
Yes.
later
See, I
is
didn't
far
realize
more
that.
fun than this one, but
I didn't realize this was that movie was a reunion.
Yeah, it was.
I
Yeah,
didn't have any idea. I mean, I thought about putting the Nutcracker one because I do find that one hilarious.
yeah, I know. Because I was like, I was trying really hard to not pick one that we've discussed about, and then I was going through the list, and I was like, oh boy, oh boy, there's some clunkers in here. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and then of course, when I wrote down the SantaCon, I was very confident that I was like, I totally remember this movie. And then of course, the minute I speak about it, I'm like, I apologize about that.
You know,
I
it's
haven't had
the
caffeine in days, so I'm a little, you know.
yes. Well, you know what I remember so fondly that year of the Nutcracker one was
Hmm.
Melissa Joan Hart,
Okay.
who was kind of like in those years, like 2017 to like 2020. She was kind of she was like this Candace Cameron Bure for Lifetime,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it was kind of the lead. And she did this, they did this preview show where
Because they were right on, had to copy Hallmark
well,
too.
yeah, but they did it so much better.
They
It's like the
did.
ultimate preview show. It was so fun. She was the Ghosts of Lifetime Movies Past.
Wonder if you could still find
Remember
that on
that? The Ghosts
YouTube.
of
Yeah.
Lifetime Movies Past. That was
I wonder if you could
so
still find that
good.
up somewhere on YouTube because that was so
Uh, it
funny.
was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's still a Lifetime queen. She's directing a
Yeah.
lot and starring in it. But yeah, this was her early days.
I would love to have Melissa Joan Hart on the podcast. We had her just like I've talked to her on the red carpet, but we've
Hmm.
never had her as a guest. But I would love that someday to talk to her.
Questions I could ask about Clarissa explains it all, which was just my
Yeah.
everything growing up.
Yeah, I mean what a career she's
What a
had.
career. She's been
Yeah.
lucky to she started very young, but she's been so lucky to
Yeah.
just have, I mean, people know her
And
now from her Lifetime movies, whether she directs them or
yeah.
stars in them. But
And she's
she
not
had Sabrina and Clarissa Explains It All. Like she had like two kind
yeah.
of culty shows.
Yeah, and she's not a bad director. I mean,
No, no,
that Watcher in the Woods was not awful in my opinion.
no.
I
She's
thought
done
it
some
was
good
like
stuff.
pretty because it's not like the original is some masterpiece. Like it's fun, but
No.
I think that she did a pretty good job with
Yeah, she's taking chances with that. And then you don't even know she does it, and her name pops up.
yeah, it's true.
So,
Yeah, good point.
yeah.
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
Well, my pick is I went with Snowden Christmas because I feel like I've talked about it, but not like tons and tons. And this one is like it's so well done. It's so well put
Mhm.
together. This is like your classic tropes, but it's a great example of doing the formula and doing it well. You know, you don't
Yeah.
always have to think outside the box. You don't always have to have like super original characters. I was having this whole debate about F1 where somebody was saying it's too formulaic. I'm like,
Oh, I don't
no,
care. I
the
did not care in
formula
that movie.
the
Yeah,
formula is the strength of the film. That is
Rachel,
not
who
it,
wants to go to a movie, right, and see him or go to a movie and see failure when we're going
yeah,
into a
like
sports movie,
well,
Nobody.
you can do it like I mean like you can have sort of a rocky arc, you know, where they
Hmm.
don't win it. You can make that work, but like you still I for that kind of a movie, you want to embrace the formula and keep it
Absolutely.
lean and tight. And that's exactly what F1 does. That's exactly what this does.
Yep.
It like the predictability is actually part of the charm of it. It's part of the appeal of it. And
Hey, that stuff works for a reason.
yes, it works for a reason. And uh, would have just been wasted time, wasted space. Same thing with this. Like it just is so like lean and perfectly like boom, that's how you do it.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And these two leads have never been more charming. I mean, I feel like
Hmm.
this might be Andrew Walker's best movie. I mean, I
Hmm.
guess if you were including the Wise Men movies, but that's more like an ensemble. As far as like him being the lead,
I guess as you think of
I don't
like
know.
a holiday movie, perhaps.
It's
But you know
hard
what
for
I
me to
loved
think of.
about this year too was that they had extended cuts to all their
Yeah,
holiday
yeah, yeah.
movies.
That was fun.
So there is an extended cut that you cannot see anywhere or buy,
Yeah.
because it's not available. But
And this one was written by Carly Smale, who's so good. She did Christmas Pen Pals, which is, one of
an
my
all-time
favorites.
winner.
I
Yeah.
could have picked that one obviously for Lifetime, but I was trying to be more creative. And but she is so good. She has Midnight Magnolia, which is actually really fun. Christmas Pen Pals. Um, and so anyway, this one, it's just so well executed, so charming, so fun. The Santa elements are just like really cute and well done. The magic, Santa magic involved. And
And they're like, is this? And I love
yeah,
how they just accept it too.
yeah.
Like it is. It is what
I
it is.
I do kind of feel this is one of those movies where I do kind of feel like if you don't at least sort of recognize what people like about it, I feel like okay, these movies probably aren't for you. Like
That is true. There
this
is an element of these type of holiday movies where
this
if you
is
just,
it. Like
yeah, if you don't
especially this
enjoy
one.
it,
If
you're
you
not going
don't
to enjoy
enjoy Snowden
anything.
Christmas, I just feel like okay, you need to
Yeah,
move
you're
on
just
from this genre.
you are robbed of joy,
Yeah.
and it's just not a genre. Like I don't know how you can enjoy any Christmas
Yeah.
movie. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And never forget that they had that delightful music video
Oh, awesome.
accompanied the
Also,
film.
that's got to be somewhere on YouTube. That was
Yes.
oh, and the thing is like you cannot find this anywhere. Like I
Lifetime meets La La Land, and
it was
that
before La
was
La Land, right?
no, it was the year after. So La La Land,
Okay.
yeah, La La Land was
I bet you.
2016, and so yeah, it is delightful, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And so, all right, let's talk about Up TV. So, what did you have for your Up TV pick?
Okay, so I went I struggled because I was like, oof.
It's
Uh
hard because the ones we like, we have talked about a
we've
lot
talked to death
on Up
about, and I
TV.
was like, don't pick ones. I made it very harder for myself. I was like, don't pick ones that you talked to death about. So I decided to pick the last in a trilogy. A very country Christmas homecoming.
Yeah, those weren't bad. That
And
was a decent little
yeah, and these movies
little
you could
group.
totally watch like without watching the other ones. They do a little recap maybe, so you're a quick recap, within the story that doesn't seem too bogged down in case you're missing anything. But basically, we have these two people who are I remember his name was Zayn because it's so weird. But he's a country music star. Well, not
Yeah,
weird, but I don't know one single Zayn in my life, so that's why
that's
it's
true. Good point.
unique for me. He's a country singer. He's established now. Well, he was always established, but like he's in a good place. They're
Yeah.
finally married. They don't have any obstacles, and they just want to have a really nice first Christmas together as a family. They're married. He has a stepdaughter. They're a family and they just want to be a family having a
Yeah.
good Christmas. But of course, in a Christmas movie, you can't because there's always shenanigans. There's family members that pop
Yeah.
up with baggage and other nonsense. And then, uh-oh, there's job stuff to deal with. And all between that, they're trying to get very meaningful gifts for each other. And I just think it's a sweet kind of
Yeah.
like family movie. Like they
Yeah.
are together. There's no obstacles for them. They're not, in danger of breaking up. They're just trying to make Christmas be really nice.
Yeah. They did the conflict pretty well in those movies. Like I
Right.
appreciated that she didn't do in the first one, she didn't do the whole like I'm dating you because I like one thing I how do I explain this? So in the first one, she didn't do the Chesapeake Shores arc, which made me crazy that Abby was
Oh yeah, she was like,
dating.
I accept you being a
Yeah,
singer
she's
and you
like,
have to go on tour.
I'm dating a singer, but I'm going to shame spiral you every single
Oh
time
my
you have to
gosh,
go on
that
tour
was
and make you seem like a bad person
no,
because
the
that's
whole the
literally
plot
your
of the second.
job.
I
Like,
know the plot of the second movie too is them scheduling their wedding around the tour.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so
yeah.
it's like
I, that's a
the
good
only
pick.
downside for this one is that Greg Vaughn doesn't come back, and he was his
Oh,
brother. But it's so funny because they always mention another brother we never see in the other two movies, but that third brother
yeah,
miraculously appears in this movie, and you're like,
yeah.
okay, I'll just go with it.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I hadn't thought about those movies in a while, but they
Yeah,
were decent. They really were. They were
yeah.
decent. So my pick is We're Scrooged. I picked We're Scrooged. I think this was a pretty fun little take on Christmas Carol. I like the idea of both of them being Scrooged. That
Hmm.
was fun. I thought it was clever, and
Like you both need a wake up call.
yeah, I love Andrew Buchel. He's so good, and he brings like some humor, I think, to his roles because he has that improv background. He's so
Yeah.
charming. He's so handsome. I just think he's great. He should be in way more of these. And I thought that what they did with the ghost was pretty clever. I guess the most shady one was the robot one, but I don't care. Like it was fun and but I thought it was a clever idea to have Future be himself, which was fun for Andrew to get to play him
Yeah, they really changed
play
it up
this
too.
over the
So
top, like so he's like it's like evil Andrew
all he needed was a
the
mustache.
Future. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's enjoyable. It was a
Yeah, it's
clever
a fun movie. It's a
thing.
nice spin on a
Mhm.
classic.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think if you haven't seen it, then you should check it out. Of course, I'm tempted, should I put Christmas on Fifth Avenue? Because that's one of my all-time faves. I love that film. But I think like I talked about that a lot. I've had the cast and everybody involved. We did a whole patron watch along. So we talked about that one a lot. We haven't talked about We're Scrooged that much. So I figured let's give it a shout out. And
Oh.
this was written by Jennifer Snow, who that year was crazy. She had 2023 she
Three, right?
had
Yeah.
2023 she had, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She had 6 movies come out that year, Jennifer Snow. That is intense. So way to go, Jennifer. You're great. Yeah. So, all right. Let's talk about a modern Christmas classic or something you think is maybe a little underseen, under talked about. Then and I decided that modern for the case of this discussion would be post 1970. So what
Okay.
did you have as your pick?
Well, I didn't know if I should go super recent because I love the best Christmas pageant ever from last year. And I was like, I can't go that recent. So that's like a recommend. But I decided to put the Mick not Mickey's the Christmas classic were Mickey's Christmas Carol, pardon, from 1983, where we have basically it's a Christmas Carol done with Disney characters. Scrooge McDuck is
Oh, it's so good.
yeah, Mickey is uh
Mickey's
uh
Cratchit.
Cratchit, yeah. again, my lack of caffeine's making me dumb. Goofy's
Yeah.
the ghost, one of the ghosts.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's just it's not that long of a film, but it
That's
was
why I
something.
almost wish they had made it a feature instead of a
Yeah, but it's
featurette.
just something that was a staple of my childhood.
Yes.
I very fondly remember buying
Like,
the book, the adaptation, and it had like
yeah.
drawings in it and stuff of Mickey's Christmas
Yes.
Carol in second grade. Just because I just like loved that
Oh, I
so much. And I
love
was like, I
that.
know it's based on Charles Dickens. I was very, very familiar with that. I think I had read A Christmas Carol at that point, but I had it for all the drawings inside the book, and we would watch it every year. And then one year it just disappeared. We couldn't see it anymore, but it's so delightful. It's beautifully animated. It is very much a Disney classic.
Yeah, it's so good. And it gets pretty scary,
Yeah.
you know? And I love the, oh, what a merry Christmas time.
Christmas. Yeah.
All the wondrous time of year. Children singing. Yeah, Merry, Merry
It's like imprinted
Christmas.
on
Merry
my,
Christmas. Yeah,
it is
I mean,
imprinted.
a match made in heaven when you already have a character named Scrooge to do,
Yeah, totally.
it's
And I love
perfect.
Scrooge McDuck. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like,
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's a great choice. My modern underseen film that I wanted to talk about is Elf Buddy's Musical Christmas. And so this is really fun. It takes actually the Broadway musical of Elf,
I've
and
never seen. Yeah.
yeah, it takes the Broadway musical as opposed to the movie, which they're very close, but it takes all of those songs from the Broadway musical and it gives it, this is stop motion. So it has that feel of like the old Rankin Bass
Yeah.
shorts, which I have, mixed feelings on those shorts, but they can be good.
Yeah.
And this 43 minutes and it has all these, sort of Broadway tested songs. So they're not like they're, I think they have like a certain degree of quality to them as opposed to just like throwaway songs that you might have in a special like this. And I just love that throwback to, I love stop motion.
I've never seen
So
this.
yeah, it's
I
really
didn't even know
quite
it
cute.
existed.
Yeah, right. See, that's why it's a good pick for this because people
Yeah.
don't know about it. And you have Jim Parsons voicing Buddy, and I feel like that's a pretty good sub out for the character. You have Mark Hamill as Walter Hobbs, who people might not know if you're not in the animation community, but Mark Hamill has like an extensive voice acting career.
Extensive. Yeah.
Of course, Joker, he's most famous for voicing Joker, but he's a lot of roles in voice acting. And so yeah, I just think this one is really cute. If you like stop motion, if you like Elf, has some like good songs from the musical. It's worth watching. Let me see where, I'm gonna see where you can, if this is on any of the streamers. It's on Paramount. So if you get
Makes
Paramount
sense.
Plus,
Yeah.
you can watch it. So, but then you could rent it anywhere else. But anyway, it's actually quite cute and people should check it out. So
Looking for some great beach reads for your summer holidays? Check out the Beach Rose Path books by Barbara Madison. In the first book, Beach Rose Path, Barbara introduces us to Charlotte Templeton, a woman at a crossroads in her life, and how a change in scenery changes everything. Moving to a coastal Maine town and meeting the charming Duncan takes her on a journey of love and hope for the future. In the sequel, The Rocking of the Ocean, we follow Charlotte and Duncan as life continues to surprise them. Long-buried secrets are revealed, family is tested, and love flourishes. Pick up both Beach Rose Path books wherever you purchase your summer books, or use the affiliate link below. That's Beach Rose Path and The Rocking of the Ocean by Barbara Madison. Pick them up today.
your underseen Christmas classic.
Okay, so I went back to 1944 and I was like, I know I haven't talked about this movie before, and it's a little depressing, but it's I'll Be Seeing You, which stars Ginger Rogers, Joseph Cotton, and a teenage Shirley Temple.
Oh,
Yeah, so basically it's Ginger Rogers and Joseph Cotton. They meet on a train heading for the holidays. He is in the military and he's on leave because he has shell shock, which I think is referred to PTSD today. And Ginger Rogers is somehow on leave from prison. I don't know how she got that leave for involuntary manslaughter. Basically, she was at a Christmas party or a party, and one of her coworkers got a little handsy and drunk, and when she shoved him, he fell and died, and she got like 6 years in jail for that. There's also like for the time this movie came out, there's a lot of stuff dealing with what Ginger Rogers did, and was that sentence like too harsh for her because you know, she didn't intend for anything to do that, and she was being attacked, and he's got PTSD. So, and Shirley Temple plays her cousin, and so they lie about why they're there in this town for the holidays, and they sort of slowly start to see each other and fall for each other, and he confesses what he's struggling with, and she's like, I want to tell him the truth, but her aunt is like, no. And so when they part, she cries because she goes, I'll never see him again. But Shirley Temple comes to the rescue by telling the truth, and they reunite right before she has to go back into prison. But it's
What's
all
it
gonna
called
end.
again?
It's called I'll Be Seeing You.
Oh, I haven't seen
It
that.
is on like if you look up like classic movies, like the best classic movies, this does pop on a list of it for that for
Oh,
many, but it's like it was popular and made money at the time, but it's not like
yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Feel Good Lucky. It is on YouTube, guys. You can see it in entirety on YouTube, and you don't have to rent it or anything like that. Um,
Oh yeah, look at that. It is on YouTube. I have
yeah.
to check this out. That's
Yeah, I
cool.
haven't seen it in quite some years. But I just remember I was like, it's a very meaningful holiday movie.
Yeah.
A little bit sentimental probably nowadays, but for 1944, it's like, wow. I mean, they're dealing with real life issues that people are still dealing with this today, but where they don't really talk about it. And I figured we talked so much about
Hmm.
every movie you could possibly think about classic.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
That's
it. I
that's
thought
great.
this is a little different.
Well, I thought about doing Meet John Doe, but I feel like I have mentioned that now a number of times on
Yeah.
the pod. But I do think that's underappreciated. Frank Capra and has such a great Christmas message behind it. But I decided uh, to talk about it's more like slightly more maybe a New Year's movie, but it takes place during the holidays. Is Bachelor Mother.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun
I,
one.
I haven't talked about it that much. I think we mentioned it here or there, but really, it's actually quite modern in its themes and discussions.
Yeah.
In for 1939, so Ginger Rogers, she is this overworked seasonal employee at a department store, and she knows she's going to lose her job. Well, one day she kind of stumbles upon this baby that's been abandoned. And she's like, oh my gosh, this baby has been abandoned. And so she takes the baby. And then when her boss finds out that she has this baby, all of a sudden they start treating her better and more they're like more concerned. Oh, we don't want you to lose your job. We don't want you to, all these things, which
You're
I
a
think is
single
actually,
mom.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of like a modern concept of like what
Yes.
makes us treat somebody better because of their family situation or their,
Yeah.
like shouldn't we just be treating everybody, like with kindness
It's
and
amazing how many classic movies are just people abandoning their kids and let me borrow this kid
yeah,
for something,
right. That's true. It's true. But I do think the themes are actually quite modern.
Yeah,
That
and of
that
course, yeah, and the whole is like, how am I going to tell this man the truth, once the feelings
yeah.
pop up.
So
Yeah.
she lies and says, "Oh, this is my child," and because she likes being treated better, and of course she grows to be attached to the child. But the end, yeah, the lie kind of gets out of control, and that's sort of classic screwball, comedy kind of involved. and David Niven is in it, and it's really quite charming. And I feel like most people
Forgot
haven't seen
David
it. Most
Niven
people
was
don't
in
know
it.
about this one.
Yeah, this is like because there's so many others that like like if you had a list of like 50 classic movies, like these two are right at the bottom because there's so many others that just
Yeah.
explode before it. But yeah, that's a great
And,
pick, Rachel.
and
Yeah.
I guess it was remade in 1956 as Bundle of Joy with Debbie Reynolds and Eddie
I don't
Fisher.
think I've seen that one.
Oh, and I wonder if that's where they met.
Hmm.
But I haven't seen it. But it's not one of those ones that's been remade a lot,
No,
or
I don't know if you could. If you were to remake this movie, you definitely would have to make it set in that era because times have
well, I
changed,
mean,
you know.
I feel like, I mean, I guess kind of
Well,
baby boom is very similar in some ways, but so
she
maybe
just inherits a baby too in that
she
one. I
just
love that
inherits the
movie.
baby. But it definitely, like, they deal with sort of similar themes of not only a woman not
Gosh, we're
expecting
still
to be
dealing
a
with that
mother, like
too.
with
Yeah.
all our sort of prejudices involving motherhood
And
versus and
exactly,
stereotypes and
still,
things like
yeah,
that.
absolutely. And that is still being dealt with today too, the prejudice of being like a working mom,
Yeah, I
or
think that you could
stay-at-home mom, how to
do.
balance that.
I think you could do Bachelor Mother. I
A modern take on it?
yeah,
I
I think
suppose so.
you could. I
It'd just be
really
hard,
think
like, where you
so.
getting this baby from? Like, am I borrowing?
Yeah,
It would work if she's like, I will take care of your child while you have like a mini break or going on a vacation or something.
yeah,
It would have to,
yeah.
because you just can't randomly pick up babies today anymore, you know?
Yeah, that would be kind of a dark way to start out the movie. Maybe on like
True.
a Lifetime they could get away with that more
Oh
than
yeah, it's just,
on
I'm just gonna leave
Hallmark.
my baby on this doorstep here. Yeah.
But I mean, I guess they kind of have somebody abandoning their baby in Three Wise Men, and people liked
I
that.
mean, people wouldn't be writing about this if it didn't happen in real life, but it's just crazy if you think about all these classic movies
Yeah, it's true.
and
It's a good
80s movies
point.
when people are just picking up random kids.
Yeah.
Still a great pick.
Yeah. So it's it it's a classic that I think a lot of people probably haven't seen. So you should
Yeah.
check it out. Bachelor Mother. It's really fun. Okay, so let's talk about Netflix
Hmm.
via our Netflix pick. And I could have picked Single All the Way, but I've talked about that a lot. I feel like most of the good ones on Netflix I've talked about quite a bit. Hot Frosty, of course, we talked about. Um, so I went with one that wasn't technically made by them, but you can watch it on Netflix. I went with Journey to Bethlehem, and I think that this movie was way better than it had any right to be. So maybe Low Expectations helped to a certain degree. But when you tell me they're doing a over the top musical about the birth of Christ, that sounds like absolutely terrible. But like
The
they,
wardrobe in this movie too
yeah,
is like the
they
costume choices
they
were a
embraced
choice.
they embraced the camp of it. They embraced
Yes,
that, like, especially Antonio Banderas' song is
um,
so
so
fun.
good. I was listening to that last night, just like on the
Yeah.
car ride home, and I'm like, they had some banger numbers in that.
Yeah, the songs are really
Yeah,
good.
the songs
Yeah.
are good.
The songs are good. It's basically a rom-com. They set it
Yes.
up like a rom-com. They have a meet cute between Joseph
Oh,
and
it's
Mary, and
crazy. And I remember watching that and I was like, my sister was like, wait a minute, did they just have a meet cute? And I
yeah.
was like, I don't know what's going on here, but
And the two leads are really, really good together. They have a
they
nice
are.
chemistry together. Fiona Palomo and Milo Manheim, really good. Like I said, Antonio Banderas is really
He's
fun.
in his own movie, but he is fun.
Yeah, it's because a lot of times what happens with like faith-based films is they are afraid to that are about Bible stories. They're afraid to kind of experiment or try anything different because obviously the Bible, like is beloved is the word of God to so many people. Like that's tricky to
People are very sensitive on that.
sure, and I can understand that. But this one, they weren't afraid to take some risks to try some things, and it 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 made it fun as opposed to it would like that uh the Nativity movie that was it actually had Oscar Isaac in it randomly. Um, that's so boring. It's fine, like for what it is, but it is slow. And this is way more entertaining, in my opinion. It's
This could be on stage. Like it's
yeah,
a
no, I
great
agree.
transition
I
to
agree.
if you wanted to perform it during the
Yeah,
holidays.
yep, I
Because
agree.
I can't believe some of them songs I was shook.
Yeah.
I was shook, but it's a good choice, Rachel, despite you cheating about that, because you did
And
not tell me we could pick random streaming movies. I went with
and
an original, which I know you don't like, but I
well,
just went.
Adam Anders, director, I did interview him, and so that's fun. I guess if I was gonna pick a direct to Netflix, I would pick Robin. This is from the Aardman
Oh
folks,
my gosh, yes, it's
about a
beautiful.
bird being raised
Yeah,
by mice. It's adorable.
it
It's
is
stop
adorable.
motion again is near and dear to my heart, and this one is quite cute. So I think that's what I would pick if I going for something less seen. Maybe Jingle Jangle. I also considered that one was pretty fun. Another musical.
I almost picked that one, but I was like, I spoke
Yeah.
about this one before already, and I was
Mhm.
like,
Yeah,
you
but we
know.
haven't talked about it that much. Jingle Jangle.
Yeah. Oh, but
Yeah.
I picked a winner. I did not pick a winner,
Uh,
but I picked a. I know you. I think I'm almost positive you don't like this movie, but I went with Operation Christmas Drop.
oh no, it's not too bad. It's
It's
not
not too
too
bad,
bad.
but
Yeah.
one because hot people on a beach.
Well, yeah, they actually celebrate isn't Tonga, isn't or Guam?
Yeah, I think it's Guam.
Guam, yeah. They actually
Yeah.
celebrate Christmas in Guam.
I was like, yeah, because they're hot people. I do have a love for Alexander Ludwig simply because he was on Vikings. He was Bjorn.
Oh,
And
okay.
I like Kat Graham as well. I think she's adorable. But it's two hot people. He's military. She
Yeah.
works for a senator, I think, right? They're actually trying to put together, and this exists in real life, a sort of drop at during the holidays to uh
Yeah.
some islands that it's just easier to drop stuff
For
into
the more
it,
secluded
more
islands, yeah.
secluded holiday stuff and all that, and it's like a good cause, and you've got two good looking people, in bathing suits on the beach at Christmas, which is my dream, to spend Christmas with my feet in the sand. But yeah, so I went with that one. I was like, this one's in it because I haven't seen all the Netflix Christmas movies, and the ones I've seen, not quite, you know.
There's some rough ones.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen Hot Frosty. I don't have.
Oh, you
We'll
didn't watch
eventually
it?
get there. I have not seen it because I
Where?
had to
Oh,
get
you
rid of
didn't have
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on like a strict tight budget, and I said
Yeah.
eventually I'll be able to dip in and get back
Sure. Sure.
Netflix. But and I was like, and that'll be the first thing I watch before I watch all
Yeah.
my Turkish dramas. Will be Hot Frosty. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's a good pick. It's a decent
People,
pick.
I
Yeah.
mean, you want eye candy as well. And so I
Yeah,
figured let's get
absolutely.
some eye candy
Yeah.
on this playlist.
Both of the leads are
Oh,
beautiful.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
really good.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
Okay, so let's do Miracles of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with the Christmas Bow. This is one I think I don't know if I gave it a coal or I gave it a pretty low preview score. It sounded really boring. I was just, not that interested in it. And then I watched it and I was like, that was so good. So well done. The emotion was so true. The chemistry was there. The scene with her grandma, I think. It's been a bit since I saw it, sorry. But
Yeah.
when she plays the violin
Yeah.
uh for her grandma, I think it is, with dementia, and then she starts to cry, and that was beautiful. And it was she was way better than I expected, because I thought, oh, is she going to be a decent actress? She's a musician. And she was quite good. I mean, this was just way better than I expected for the Christmas
Yeah, I
play.
agree. I forgot about that one. That one is a great movie.
Yeah, I feel like
Totally fun.
we don't talk about it that
Yeah,
much
it's I don't think they
because
air it that much either.
no,
And we had an actual violinist be on there, so every time she played, it felt very, very authentic. Like
yeah,
her voice and everything. Yeah.
she was so good. I mean,
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. If she
And
ever wanted to come back to do another one, I would
but
snap, you know,
it was a tall order, some of those emotional scenes that she had to
totally.
play for a less experienced actor. And she
Yeah.
did a great job. I
She
mean,
did a great job. Yeah.
yeah, it was really good. And I mean, I feel like, because a lot of the other Miracles of Christmas ones, like Two Turtle Doves or something like that, I've talked about quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I also thought Take Me Back for Christmas, but I feel like we've talked about that a lot. So I think this is a good pick. The Christmas Bow. What did you have for Miracle?
So I don't exactly remember when Miracles of Christmas debuted, but I was like, I ended up going way back like to 2015 because we talked so much about the more recent ones. But
Mhm.
I went back to the Christmas Note, which stars Jamie Lynn Seeger
Mm.
and I can't remember. I know Greg Vaughn's in it. Lachlan Monroe. I can't remember who the other
Oh.
female co-stars. I know it's based on a book, but essentially it's these two ladies. One is new in town. They live next to each other. Jamie Lynn Sigler's husband is Greg Vaughn, and she has a daughter, and he's overseas, and it's the holidays. And these two ladies bond, doing special stuff for the military, and she's
Yeah, a
trying.
Christmas Snow?
No, it's the Christmas note.
Oh, Note.
Notes, yes, because also the her newfound bestie friend gets this note. She's also trying to find her long lost sibling.
Oh,
And she's
this
got this
was
note.
movies. Yes, this was
Yeah,
movies mysteries
yeah,
that
it
aired.
was.
Huh.
But it's so she's they get together to try and find the mystery of this note, unravel it all, and she's helping her friend trying to, help her surprise the daughter. Well, spoiler alert, uh, they end up having this amazing connection, and oh, I don't want to spoil it what happens in the end, but
Mhm.
they're more connected than you would think towards the end. It's very nice. It's a family drama. It's more emotional than, it's not a rom-com or anything. It's a straight drama, but the friendship bond is very tight in it because these ladies become instant friends and they're there for like the struggle. She's trying to find her family. She's dealing with her husband being away, trying to help her daughter, and it's tough, when you've got family members who are not there with you, especially in the military, because you don't know if they will come or not. And I thought, this one doesn't replay too much. It's on Hallmark Plus, and I thought, why not pick it?
Mm.
If you want like an emotional Christmas movie, this will do it.
I have not seen this, so that's intriguing.
I hope I'm
I
remembering it
No,
correctly
I
because it
see on
has been,
the poster
yeah,
on IMDb, it has Hallmark Movies Mysteries on the
yeah.
poster.
I
So
just hope I'm remembering the plot well enough because it has been a while since I've seen it.
mhm. I'll have to check it out. That's cool. Okay, so now of course, Countdown to Christmas, the king of all, so we save that for last.
Hmm.
And most of my favorites I've talked about ad nauseum, but I don't think I've ever really talked about my Christmas love. Is a fun one. It
Yes.
the most fun aspect of it is that, so she starts getting all of the items of the 12 days of Christmas,
Oh
which,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
so
just
she's getting like
hysterical.
she's getting like uh ladies dancing and geese laying and French hens, and which is bonkers and ridiculous, and trying to figure out who is sending these things to her. She has a secret admirer. She's up in this at her parents' house, and so there's also, is it for one of the sisters, or there's speculation, and so that's all pretty funny and clever. And then Bobby Campo is her
BFF, yeah.
yeah, it's a friends to love friends, or it's a, yeah, friends to lovers arc, where he's just like yearning for her, and she doesn't realize that he's in love with her, and so that's a great arc, and
it totally is. Yeah, this movie's adorable.
They're really good. Everybody, Meredith Hagner, Bobby Campo, Aaron O'Connell, great. It's a great cast. Megan Park is in this. It's a really good Hallmark cast. It's funny. It's romantic, and I feel like we on the podcast at least don't talk about it that much. So
yeah, I think I had this on one of my Christmas lists for Hallmark, because I do love this movie, and it's like nobody talks about it anymore because it gets lost in the shuffle. We have so many Christmas movies.
Yeah,
certain like gems get lost in the shuffle.
It's a good one, and they don't shy away from the humor.
No.
In it. So, that's, I'd be really mad though. I'd be like, what did you do all that? Like, why did you do that?
Well, like when you discover who it's for at the end, it's a real touching moment. And you're like, oh, I get it. So they do have a, because all these ladies, these people like, oh, this is meant for me.
It's
and
like, it's like, couldn't you have come up with something other than sending me all these geese and ducks and pheasants? And
well, no, I mean, like the mystery is she thinks it's all for her. Like, and so they go out and try to figure out, and at the end, it isn't.
Right.
But
I'm just saying, like, couldn't you come up with
still like it's a weird way, because I don't know if you're opening your door and there's like
a lot of birds.
There is actually it's a short film. I think it's from the 40s, British, maybe late 30s, that actually has that. It's like a period piece.
Yeah.
And it's like all the songs, and at the end, the house, there's a sight gag. The house is filled with birds at the end. And like nobody can, like, there's birds in a coffee pot. Birds, there's nowhere to walk with all this, because every day he's getting the same stuff for 12 days. And like, it's hysterical. I do think it's the name of the song. But it is quite funny.
Yeah. See, this was written by Garrett Frawley and Brian Turner. I don't know them, but they nailed it. Okay. So they wrote Snow Globe, that bonkers one with Christian Milian.
I'm trying to figure out. I believe I've seen that one, but now I can't because there's so many.
Oh, you got to see it. It's crazy. It's insane. She goes into the snow globe.
Yeah, it's a Lifetime movie, right?
I think it was actually for ABC Family.
ABC, it might have been because
wrong about that.
Rachel, what is it with? It's another holiday trope. What is it with everybody ends up in a snow globe? Because there's so many that I'm just thinking in my mind that pop up. I'm not 100% sure I've seen that one. I've heard good things about it, but
to me, I know we disagree on this, but to me, Christmas Perfection is the best example of that. Like entering a fantasy. I think that's really funny. But yeah, it brings opportunity for a lot of humor if it's done right.
Yeah,
Snow Globe is completely bonkers, so you should check it out. But what do you have as your Hallmark countdown to Christmas pick?
Oh, I picked an all-time classic. I do wonder as the years go by if people aren't slowly forgetting this, because I went all the way back to 2008. I don't think I have spoken about this movie before, but it's The Most Wonderful Time of the Year with Brooke Burns, Henry Winkler, Warren Christie. This might have been one of the first Hallmark movies. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, this is one of the first ones that I'd ever seen of Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, for a long time it was in mega rotation, but I don't, lately Hallmark just goes only back like 3 years. They don't really they don't really mind some of their gold that they have often. So, and I know this is playing at least once this month on Hallmark, but it is delightful. I mean, like,
it is the ultimate example of the bad man of business. Like her
totally, like,
fiance, like why is
her
she with
fiance
this person? Why does she like
is gross.
he
Yeah.
puts the ring on her and she hasn't even said yes. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's gross,
out
but
of
like
control.
but too, like, her uncle just shows up with this random dude, and like he helps her celebrate that. They don't even know who this guy is, but he's hot, so I get it. He's just helping
Yeah.
her have a great Christmas with her son, and they make all these excuses. Oh, he can't go to the airport. The weather is bad, and it's not like they don't know who he is, but they're like, he's nice.
Well,
He'll
he
say.
even puts the videotape of the
Oh
weather in
yes,
there,
gosh,
and
to
she's
like,
watching the old
yeah.
clip, and he thinks, "Oh, I can't. The airport's still closed." And
It's still closed.
yeah,
I can't go.
what a yenta Henry Winkler is in
Oh
that.
man, totally. But also that, like, when he finally does go to the airport, we have that classic don't go,
Yeah,
in many of
but
those
I
movies
mean,
to stop at the airport.
in fairness to Henry Winkler, you would be extremely concerned if your
I don't
beloved
know, this
niece
is just
was
a random
dating
dude.
this
He technically
horrible,
he
but
yeah.
you were dating this horrible man.
I mean, he was like, do I want my niece with this dude or this random guy that I met at the airport? I'll just take this random
Pick an
guy.
airport guy over that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, you know what?
hilarious.
He knew how to celebrate Christmas, so that was a
That's
plus.
right. Yeah, he's a good person because he knows how
This
to
is a
celebrate.
delightful madcap rom-com.
Yeah,
And
it's good.
I think Hallmark fans, like longtime Hallmark fans, will remember this one and enjoy
Yeah,
it. But I also, like, for newer fans, I don't know
yeah,
how well they know some of these, these older ones.
yeah,
But this one's
yeah. And it's true. We don't talk about it that much, but it's a good one. It's a good
anymore. Yeah,
one.
I used to like play, uh, like eventually they will stop airing like the Nine Lives of Christmas as well. So like all these classics are like eventually will go.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know.
yeah, it's a fun one. Well, so let us know what you think of this idea, this concept for an episode, and what would be your picks for each of these categories. I'll put it down in the description, each of the categories, but they were fun to talk about. And I just think this is a way to talk about Christmas movies in a new way, which can be challenging. So again, let us know what you think. And Terry, where can people follow you?
I am at I'm at Twitter at Flurry Heaven.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Check that out. Also, make sure you're following the podcast, Hallmarkies Pod, Hallmarkies Podcast, all over social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That helps us so much, the algorithm to be able to find us. And it only takes a second of your time. Those 5-star reviews, please leave them. It really helps a lot. And then if you are listening on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're getting so close to 10K subscribers, and most of our viewers on YouTube are not subscribers. So if you're in that camp, please subscribe and hit that notification button. Like, just help us to be able to grow the channel. It'll help you to get more episodes that you like. And then we have our patron group, which is a lot of fun. And we have a monthly patron activity. We have monthly polls that you can be a part of. We have bonus episodes. Actually, I try really hard to make it worth your investment in the Patreon. So please check that out. And then the merch store, we have tons of Christmas inspired designs, including 2 new ones that I just put up. So check out the merch store. You'll enjoy it. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.